YB stays on your neck.
Yo, my dons, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. This is too funny, man. And actually, when I did my video on KSI versus Logan Paul, this completely kind of washed over my head. It wasn't until after doing the video that I actually realised this exclusive proprietary fact. Now, let's get something straight as always. No, you're hearing this for the first time on the YB channel. No one else is drawing these sort of correlations. No one's drawing these kind of links. But let's get to the point now. So, fundamentally speaking, Deontay Wilder has been pushed. He has lost his fight date as a result of EARN Hearn by way of KSI and Logan Paul. Because what do we know? What date was Deontay Wilder rumoured to be fighting Luis Ortiz? The 9th of November. What else do we know? Where was Deontay Wilder meant to be fighting Luis Ortiz? The LA Staples Center, aka the basketball stadium. Now, what do we know about Eddie Hearn's KSI versus Logan Paul? It's at the Staples Center, and it's on the 9th of November. Bang. So this is truly peak, man. I feel bad. There's many hardcore boxing fans who have been hating on this KSI versus Logan Paul fight. And trust me, there's going to be even more now, especially the LDBC. They're going to be sour. They're, yeah, man, Deontay Wilder, man, yeah, man, Alabama Slammer, man, yeah, man, he going to do 3 million pay-per-views, man. Well, if he was going to do that many pay-per-views, why is it he's lost his venue? I've spoke to people within the LA Staples Center, and they told me how it works is they work on a bidding system. And let's get it right. Embarrassingly enough for Al Gaiman and Deontay Wilder, their Ortiz fight was actually locked in for November 9th at the LA Staples Center. And you know how we know this? Well, not only because I spoke to LA Staples Center, also because Wilder told us, did he not? Don't be mad at me, did or did not Wilder tell us on the 29th of May that he had the fight locked in with Luis Ortiz? Yes, he did. But as I was saying, I got inside sources within the LA Staples Center, and they told me how it works is they've got a bidding system. Bottom line is they go to the highest bidder. They want to sell the most seats, and how it worked out was Wilder was locked in for the 9th. EARN Hearn came along, KSI came along, Logan Paul came along, and kicked him out of his date. And they told him, LA, do you know how much of a relationship Deontay Wilder has with the LA Staples Center? He's always fighting at that basketball stadium, but despite having that long-term relationship with them, they mugged him off because they said to him, sorry Wilder, the facts of the matter is, whenever you're here, we only ever trade at around 20% capacity. We'd like to give EARN Hearn, and we'd like to actually experience 100% capacity if you wouldn't mind. And guess what? Al Gaiman, Deontay Wilder had to put their hands out, yeah, tuck their tail in between their legs and walk on quietly, yeah, in silence. They had to suffer in silence, because what else could they do? They can't sit there and say, oh yeah man, we're going to sell 90% or 100% of the tickets. They can't do that. They'll be lucky to sell half. Seriously, they'll be lucky to sell half the tickets. And I do feel a bit bad actually for boxing, because I'm a boxing fan to a certain extent, and it is kind of embarrassing, but this is the magic of EARN Hearn. And it's not just KSI and Logan Paul, because when they fought in the UK, it weren't the spectacle it's fixing to be now. Let's get it right. And let's get another thing right. Logan Paul and KSI, they were fixing to do another amateur white collar event. Do you know whose idea it was to actually make, or not to make, this is what bottom line is. Eddie Hearn actually forced KSI and Logan Paul to turn pro. He said, if you want me on part of the team, if you want me to bless this show, if you want me to add EARN Hearn's magic to this show, I'm only going to promote a professional boxing match. And actually, I've got to rate Hearn for that, because one thing we know now, smaller gloves, no headgear, this is a proper boxing fight. So all them people complaining about, oh, this isn't a real boxing fight, oh, it is a real boxing fight. Not being funny, the quality is going to be up there, because you've got two hungry fighters. I tell you what, I'll be surprised if there's ever been a 6-round fight as entertaining as this one. Put it that way, because what do we know? I can't name me. I'll tell you what to do. All you so-called hardcore fans out there, you tell me one 6-round fight which you remember, or you tell me one 6-round fight which has been really entertaining. You don't see them because 199 times out of 100, or 999 times out of 1,000, when 6-rounders are always the A side versus the B side, who's 10 levels and just turning up for the show. I've watched an interview with a journeyman, and he literally says a lot of the time we're told just to go in there and fall over, or we're told to make him look good or whatever. That's the bottom line. So with that respect, for me, I'm more interested in the quality of in the relative quality of the opposition and the hunger. Logan Paul and KSI, they're coming to win, and they've got no head guards on, and they've got no small gloves this time. A proper scrap. No messing about, proper rules this time as well. No, there's going to be no... And the other thing is, I've got to be honest, the quality was pretty good in the first fight. And that was their first fight, or whatever. Either way, what I'm trying to say is they've had a year and a half since then to actually improve their skills. And boxing works exponentially, so it's a small start, and you're going to learn more, and bang. Like I said, I thought the first fight was pretty entertaining. I got to be honest, I thought it was nip and tuck, really nip and tuck. And both people, no one wanted to give an inch, and that's the best fights. And unfortunately, people, so-called hardcore boxing fans, want to slag this fight off. Unfortunately, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what fights do we see that have this much needle in them, with two fighters actually turning up to win? The only person I know putting them kind of fights on are fights like AJ versus Ruiz. I tell you what fights aren't like that: Wilder versus Bumzeel, Fury versus Wallin, Fury versus Schwartz. That's the difference. People are slagging Eddie Hearn off. It makes me laugh. Just peep the hypocrisy for a minute. People are slagging Eddie Hearn off for putting on an ultra-competitive 6-round fight, but yet them same people will embrace Fury, the so-called lineal champion, fighting Tom Schwartz and Wallin. And not only that, that's on pay-per-view as well. Wow, that's on pay-per-view. Fury is literally charging the suckers. Well, not many. It's probably... honestly, I've spoken to people within BT. They've told me whenever Fury versus Schwartz literally sold 40 pay-per-views, literally 40. It was no more. It didn't hit. I'm hearing it didn't even hit 3 figures. It hit like 60, 70 pay-per-views because no one wants to watch that fight at 4 a.m. and pay money for it. You couldn't give it away, to be honest. I've heard from people from BT. They told me the reason why they put it on pay-per-view at all was because no one was going to watch it anyway, so they might as well charge for it. Based on their analytics, their analytics showed. I've seen BT's analytics. It showed, yeah. Fury's fights for free. No one watches them, so they thought, you know what? The few people who will watch, they probably wouldn't mind paying. So we might as well get some money for it, and that's how it goes. That's why Fury's on pay-per-view now, because no one tunes in anyway. So the few hardcore fans he has got, they might as well rinse them for what they're worth. But anyway, this right here is just a bit muggy. This is what you call... This for me is another L for Al Gaiman, because Al Gaiman, you're meant to be Mr. Staples, man. You're meant to be Mr. November 9th. Earn Hearn, once again, just like the legal situation, Earn Hearn drapes. Let's get it right. Earn Hearn drapes. Completely draped off Al Gaiman. Got Hatman still trying to lick his wounds, talking about, Andy Ruiz got what he wanted. Well, no, he didn't get what he wanted, because... If you want to talk about Andy Ruiz getting what he wanted, tell me why it wasn't in New York, you Muppet Hat Man. Tell me why it wasn't, what was the other thing he wanted? Gonna be in New York. It's gonna be a matter. Tell me why it wasn't on his terms. Tell me why he isn't getting 60% of the split. Tell me why he ain't got no say in nothing. About, Al Gaiman's plan did actually work because, you idiot, about he got paid £2 million. What made you think he got paid £2 million? If he was going to get paid £2 million, why did Hearn take him to court then? If Hearn was just going to bow to Al Gaiman's demands, why was court initiated swiftly? I don't mean, oh yeah, well, he got paid 2 million more because, oh yeah, well, Andy Ruiz did get what he wanted in the end, or he didn't get what he wanted in the end. The only way Andy Ruiz got what he wanted in the end, the only way Al Gaiman got what he wanted in the end, is if he wanted court. That's the only thing he got in the end. He didn't get no 2 million, he didn't get no, gonna be on Matter, he didn't get no, gonna be in New York, he didn't get none of that. Not even one bit of that. He got told where it was, where it won't be, and where it will be, and how much you're getting paid. Simple, yeah? That's that. What we do know is Eddie Hearn followed the contract, word for word. Not, oh, well, he got paid 2 million more. That weren't in the contract. Otherwise, he'd have been taken to court. Hearn already set the precedent. He had no problem taking Ponce Ruiz to court. And Ponce Ruiz and Al Gaiman, they learnt the hard way. They learnt to fall in line like a good boy. You naughty boy, Fred. You naughty boy, Al Gaiman. You naughty boy, Andres Ponce Ruiz. Anyway, I've digressed there, but listen. This is the second L now. EARN Hearn rocks up to USA, Al Gaiman's backyard. This is within the same month as well. Backyard, mugs off Wilder, pushes him out of his date, and shuts down. Don't worry, Gaiman. Don't worry, Gaiman. Don't worry, Beyonce. Luckily for you, EARN Hearn's going to show you how to promote a show and how to sell out. Because obviously, how many cracks has Beyonce had at the Staples Center now? He's been there loads of time, not even once has he sold it out. But don't worry, EARN Hearn's going to come there, shut it down, sell more. You ain't even on pay-per-view, but going to show you how to sell a pay-per-view. He's gonna school Al Gaiman. Even though Al Gaiman's 60 years old and 70 years old and meant to be half of them, all this business, don't worry, EARN Hearn's gonna come to your backyard, Gaiman. He's gonna school you in how to sell a pay-per-view, how to sell out in a venue, and all that business. And maybe next time your World Championship fighter won't get pushed out by 2 YouTubers. Unlucky, hold the L. Don't be sourdough.